Welcome to your monthly Essential Spirit Scopes.
Hey, welcome. This is Nan and I's unique take on horoscopes, where we combine intuitive insights, spiritual messages to guide you through the month ahead. Babies!
We're your hosts. I'm Nancy Christine Brady.
And I'm Tara Diana.
Each month, we tune into the collective energy and share messages from Spirit tailored to support your journey.
We call it Spirit Scopes because it's a blend of guidance and insight for your personal life, your career, and your spiritual growth.
So grab your favorite drink and settle into a cozy spot.
Because we're diving into the energy shaping this month and exploring the wisdom that Spirit has to share. Happy spring!
Happy spring!
Spring is sprung. Not yet, but soon.
Oh, I like the fact I have a magnolia tree in my backyard and it is starting to send all sorts of like little buds and leaves, and I'm excited. It's a true sign that we are on track.
Sprung.
That's right.
Spring sprung. You know what? Yeah, I don't like cold. I like cold if I don't have to do anything. Like if I don't have to like do anything.
Yeah.
But I like sunshine and happiness. So
me too. Me too. Well, and it's funny because for your birthday you always go to Whistler where it's cold.
But I love Whistler. Like I just was in Valley and that was awesome. But Whistler is like my sacred space, you know, like my friend Nicole, her sacred space is Hawaii. Angels is Egypt.
Yeah.
Mine can be Sedona, right? I do have a very, very good feeling, but Whistler is like, I can go up there with my dogs and, rent a little space and just, I don't need the village. I do love the village, but I don't need it. I just like to be up there and I don't have to leave the house. I don't have to leave wherever I'm at. So yeah, there's that. That makes a difference.
It does, definitely. So do you want to start it off today?
I will. Aries, March, spring has sprung. And I am going to be here for it because like I said, I have so many. We are both Manny Jennies and manifestor generators. And I am just like rocking and rolling right now. And it feels good. So let's see what's going on for everyone else. Aries, let's see what's happening for you. I have no idea what deck this is. This is the front of it. This is the back of it. You got Owl Spirit. This is wisdom. So this card is actually a beautiful card because Owl for me is always about seeing past the veil. So you can see in the dark, you can see through things that maybe other people can't see, but it's also very, very connected to Spirit for me in terms of wisdom and knowledge. So opening up that crown chakra, Aries, and really stepping into what are the messages coming through for you. And I'm not talking about from loved ones. I'm talking about guidance to move you forward, right? How are we like sending you down the road? And what are you going to accomplish, Aries? Are you listening to what Spirit has to offer you? I think that's super important in the terms of what you're doing and where you're going for the month of March, but for all the months down the road. That feels really important to me. Make sure you're paying attention to what Spirit is saying because they don't say it if they don't mean it.
Nice. All right, Taurus, you got a grizzly bear, which is power, and I am using Spirit of the Animals Oracle. Now, this is about you tapping into a completely indestructible place of energy. Grizzly bears is probably one of the most fiercest, largest bears that there are out there, and this is about honoring that connection to them, sitting within your strength, sitting within your power for the month of March and saying, you know what, whatever it is I put my mind to, I'm going to do because I'm unstoppable and I have an incredible heart energy that's guiding me, but I have a ferociousness that nobody's going to mess with me. So I want you to work with bear energy for the month of March. You're going to find that you can be equally loving and gentle. You don't have to be as ferocious, but people are going to see the power of your presence so that they know to not mess with you. So lean into that energy, honor that intuition and that connection that you have with bear, and just work with her energy for March.
Okay, Gemini, let's see what's a bumping with you. Oh, Refuge. So this card it says Enchanted Fern Grotto. Oh, that's a lot. But Refuge. So this card is really about, I feel, synchronicity. and sacredness.
Mm.
So really finding that space that feels to you like this is your space. This is where you belong. Some people say home is where the heart is, right? I truly believe that. I believe my home is my sacred space. And other people find it in different places. Nan and I were just talking about other places, right? That we find sanctuary in. But really find that space. And it so important that we feel comfortable where we spend the most time. And that is why jobs, you got to work, you got to pay for the roof over your head, babies. But that is why, where you work is so important. You may love your job and hate the atmosphere. Right? And it can be the other way around too. You hate your job, but you love where you are because the people are so great and everything, but you hate what you do. You got to really find that sacred space. And that's what this card is really talking to you about and asking you to step into is where are you putting your energy and is it doing what it's supposed to do? The space creates harmony within you. So take a good look at your surroundings. Sometimes you got to kind of dabble in who's around you as well, right? And see if it's feeding your soul.
Nice. Cancer, you got Puffin partnership.
Oh, puffins.
Oh, this is on my bucket list. I need to go and see puffins. I need to just get on a train, a plane, an automobile, go to the East Coast in Canada and see me some puffins. That's a bucket list. So Puffin comes in a partnership capacity for Cancer. This is really not so much about focusing on actually a physical partner in your life, but as it is focusing on the partnership you have with yourself and your higher self. I want you to step into that colorful, quirky little personality. Have absolute joy and shine that colorful, bright light out to everyone for the month of March. This is about you feeling comfortable in your own skin. This is about the stories you tell yourself. This is about how you celebrate yourself and lift yourself up. We often tend to be our own worst critic, and Puffin comes in as a reminder to say, you know what, you're perfectly you and you're perfectly where you're meant to be right now. So focus on that. Focus on the joy that you bring to people. I mean, how can you not feel joy? But looking at a puffin, you've got to feel the joy. Like, it's just, they're like the most joyful, cutest little bird. And so also they come from a big community. So what are you going to do to surround yourself with a community right now, Cancer, that lifts you up and celebrates that beautiful light, that says, I love your quirkiness just how you are and your colors the way they are and the light how you shine, because the more like attracts like, and you're going to be like, okay, this is amazing. Now I've got this whole community where I know I'm meant to be, but you stand within your personal power and your confidence and you go, I am glorious as I am. So I'm going to leave that with Cancer.
You know how a big thing right now is to get tattoos on your throats? You're seeing all these influencers and stuff. They're doing these big tattoos on your throats. I would never do that in a million years. I mean, I am fully tattooed and whatever all over, but I just thought I need a puffin right here. So I could look every day in the mirror and be like, I am beautiful. I am loved. I just need a puffin right here. Not going to happen, but I feel like that. Okay, so I'm going to Leo. I'm tapping the cards. I'm doing the work, friends. And what does Leo need to know? Oh, ancient oak spirit strength. Oh, okay. So this is very interesting to me. When something like this comes up, it's talking about you needing to feel supported. You needing to feel like, okay, and it doesn't have to be all one kind of energy supporting you. So not all, humanness. It can be the animal medicine that you're using. It can be the spirit ancestors and elders, your team and spirit, and the collaboration of the muggle people around you. But they're reminding you that this month may have some trials and tribulations for you. You may feel like you're hitting some obstacles and you're like, I feel like that I'm being, engulfed in these. And they're saying, don't forget, you are a strong being, sir. You are a strong being. So stand in that power. Root yourself back to what you know. Right? These are moments and you will work through them. And don't be afraid to ask for help, right? Trees are healing energetically. right? They just give off this nurturing, healing type of vibe. We vibe with them in that healing aspect. But your elders and ancestors on the other side will also give you support. And you don't have to have a conversation with them. You don't have to hear what they're giving you. You just have to put it out there and say, hey, I'm having a moment where I feel out of sorts. I'm open to receive, and that's it. And then trust the process. Trust that you're going to get what you need. And engulf it, embody it, embrace it, do something. You can engulf it too, but take it in, right? Let it do the work it's meant to do for you, Leo, because you're going to want to stand your ground. You're going to want to stand your ground. Don't let someone else's circumstances, situations, take you out of your power. Period.
Virgo, you got Goose, which is inner knowing. Why is that funny?
Can I share? You
Yeah.
asked, I'm going to share. So when I was a teenager, I was babysitting this little boy. The mom was an executive, and I would babysit during summer break for her. And
Okay.
he was a little boy. He was like, two? Let's say 2. And he used to come out of the house, and every time he see a goose, there was all these geese around, he'd be like, lady, he never knew my name. Goosey goose, goosey goose, lady, goosey goose. And that has stayed with me and my mom, my sister, forever. So every time I see Goose, the first thing that comes is, and he was the cutest little blonde boy, he'd be like, lady, goosey goose. And it was like he was pissed. Lady, goosey goose. Pay attention.
Well, Virgo, pay attention.
Yes, goosey goose.
Goosey Goose is coming. This is really for you for the month of March it's got a couple things here. It's got about you tapping into that inner GPS, that inner knowing, and really following that in the direction that you're going. So if you are going somewhere and it feels wrong, stop, reevaluate, and rethink it. And then tap into those energetic centers and say, okay, where does this feel right? How can I move forward? This is also about connecting to your higher self, because your soul knows the direction that you're supposed to be going. And yes, we are a soul having a human experience, and we have human intervention that can happen all the time. But when you're feeling out of sorts and you're feeling like you're not on path or you've lost your track, that's when you step back and you go, I need to connect with myself. I need to focus on this and figure out where I'm going. If it feels wrong, it's wrong. If it feels right, it's right. Understand that you will never miss out on anything that is intended for you. There is many paths we can take along our way that are the right paths. But when you're feeling like you hit that wall, take a step back. This is about being confident and the journey. It's not about arriving at the destination. Okay? This is about experiencing the journey, experiencing the travel, and sitting from a place of being blessed and having gratitude. So the more that you're sitting within that energy, the more that the direction you're going is going to offer a lot more clarity. The fact too that geese fly in a flock, I would encourage you to bring in like-minded people right now into your world, so that you're going to really know if you're on track. But that like energy is going to support you and lift you up. Okay. And it's going to help you along the way in that direction. It's also going to show you what you don't need and what can fall away. So I'm going to leave that with Virgo.
Ooh, that was good, girl. Good girl.
Every now and then it happens. I have an occasional good one.
Damn, you were spot on. Okay, this is for Libra. Oh, look, owl wisdom again, Libra. So this is all about seeing through the mess. Now, you might be like, okay, December, forget about January, it didn't exist. December, January, February, winter solstice was like not my jam. I didn't feel it. I wasn't there for it. It was not what I was hoping it would be. And they're saying to you, that's okay. That's okay. Look for the light. Like, move forward. I talked about owl, talking about wisdom, connecting to spirit, getting the wisdom and knowledge through crown. That's not how I'm seeing owl, or what I'm being given for owl for Libra. What I'm being given is the past is the past. Now, you have the tools to move forward. So if winter solstice was not your jam, baby, that's okay. That's okay. There will be another winter solstice down the road. You move into spring equinox with all the vibes happening, with all your full chest, baby. You going in there and you're like, I'm going to make things happen. Because this is the start of it. You're moving into March. This is the start of spring equinox. This is where you can nurture your thoughts and your ideas and really put that energy into it and being like, I know what I want. I'm done with the dark, out with the darkness, out with the cold, out with the stuff that wasn't resonating with me. And I'm going to sit in and I'm taking responsibility and I'm growing my own garden. Done. Nurture what you need, period.
So Tara, you're not going to believe what I've pulled for Scorpio.
Oh.
Owl.
Oh. Woo! What about the owl in March?
Right? So much owl. Now, I feel that there's a bit of a different capacity that this comes into for Scorpio, because this is really about, you made mention to the wisdom, to the thin veil, to them being able to go between the veil and here and there. Absolutely. But this is about tapping into that magic that's within each Scorpio. This is about, they hunt silently in the night.
Are you talking about a Scorpio or are you talking about an owl?
Talking about an owl. We're on the owl here. Focus. So this is about seeing through that darkness, seeing the light, seeing things for how they really are and the truth behind it. Because you can see through the dark, you can see through that deception. Now, I'm not saying that every Scorpio is being deceived. I'm saying that there's light being shone on something that you're not seeing. There is something that you have the ability to see through the dark and see clearly. So whether that be a situation, whether that be letting go of something in the past and leaning towards what currently the energy is and what the future holds for you. It's about a lot of shifts and balances and checks to realize the direction that you're going and aligning with the magical energy, aligning with that wisdom, aligning with the divine guidance from spirit, from source, from your ancestors, and saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to rise up above all this. Again, it has a very similar energy to the eagle, where you're rising above and you can see everything from a different perspective, but you can also zone in to that tiny, like you think of an owl finding a teeny tiny mouse. You have the ability to see the situation for exactly how it is from every perspective, every direction. So it's a time for reflection in March. What is it that's no longer serving you? What is it that you need to see clearly? And what is it that you're going to trust that inner magic and that inner knowing to move forward in a way that serves you best? I'm going to leave that with Scorpio.
Nice. Nice. I'll take that. See what's going on. Get rid of some stuff that doesn't serve. Okay, Sagittarius. We're doing the do, baby. Doing the do. Snake spirit, leadership. Okay.
Snail?
Stag.
Oh, snake.
Snail? Nope, stag. So this card talks about leadership, Sagittarius. This card is saying to stand in your power. They are saying to you that there may be all sorts of things happening around you, but it is up to you to lead everyone. And that may feel like a lot of pressure on you, but you wouldn't want it any other way. In whatever circumstance or situation that's coming to fruition that you would need to be presented in this space, you wouldn't want it any other way. You would want to be that leader. You would want to gather your flock, if you will, please, because this is not sheep spirit. This was stag spirit. But anyway, you would want to gather that flock and you will want to lead them there. What spirit wants to remind you of is that you can lead a horse to water, baby, but you can't make him drink. So take that power stance for sure, but don't be disappointed if they're not all like flocking to your flock.
Oh, but flocking to the flock, I can't get past. Flocking to flock.
Say that 5 times really fast. So, if they don't come to the table or they don't get what you're putting down, it's okay. You have done the work that Spirit wanted you to do by just being the person that said, I'll take this on, and here is what I'm feeling, and here's what I'm going to show you. It doesn't have to resonate with them. but you did the work. You gave them an opportunity. Whether they chose to take it or not, doesn't matter. What Spirit's saying is don't take that to heart. Don't take that to heart. So I'm going to leave that with Sagittarius.
Capricorn, you know, there's a theme, and I want you guys to, whoever's listening to our Spirit Scopes through the whole thing, you probably see consistently every month, there's an energetic theme that goes through all of the horoscopes. So we've got Wolf that's come up for you. Now, we've talked about that herd. We've talked about the pack. We've talked about that collective group. And this is very much about aligning to that energy with the wolf pack, Capricorn, but it's also about you leading the pack. This is about you standing out from everyone else right now and starting a new journey and allowing the people that support you just to stay behind a little bit. One thing I love about wolves is the strongest one always takes the lead, and the strongest one always takes the back, and the weaker ones are in the middle, so that they're always protected from every angle. And so know that even if you're taking the lead, you're still protected. And it means you're one of the strong ones. And I want you to pull into that energy and use that. What is it you want to do? Is it something you want to teach? Is there, you want to help others find their journey? You want to maybe protect people within that pack? I want you to think about that, because March is going to be a reflective time for you. So using that wolf energy, using the wolf strength, but using also the confidence and the ability to know that you're stepping within that power, but you are supported from all the angles around you, and that you're going to have that inner heart love that's going to endure for the month of March. So I'm going to leave that with you.
You're gonna just laugh.
What did you get? An owl again? Are you kidding?
No. Okay, excuse me. Just one moment, please. Aquarius. Okay. Owl babies. I don't know what we all be doing in March that Spirit's like, God, we gotta help these people. We're gonna have to think for March for everyone. We're gonna have to show them the light. When I tap into this, though, this isn't dissimilar than the first sign I read for with Owl. It is really about tapping into knowledge and wisdom for oneself to be able to use it for your own betterment. So it's a little more selfish in this way. It is really about looking into what the messages are for you to move you ahead in your own capacity. And I'm going to say to you, please, they are asking you to really take a good look at your physicality, right? What is it that you have going on within your body, whether it is an ailment, or maybe you were looking to exercise more, or maybe you're looking to shift, something in the physicality. They are giving you the tools, baby, to do that work for yourself. But they want you to do the research. They want you to look into it, not just go off on like a whim, and say, oh, you know what? Okay, worst thing I ever did in my life, Nan. Worst thing I ever did in my life was decide that at my heaviest, because I was quite a bit bigger at one point, I was going to do a half marathon, and I was just going to train it all on my own, and I was in there. And what did I do? I did start that process, and in the total scheme of things, I didn't look at my shoes. My shoes wore out and I wrecked my Achilles. But I was so excited, I didn't do the research of it. So I'm here to tell you, take a good look at what you're going to do for yourself. If you're going to go train, go lift weights, or you can change what you eat, or whatever it is. You're going to take maybe looking at some new ways of, maybe you have a condition you want to address that's not getting better, whatever it is. Do the research. And I always say this, and I don't care who comes at me, Nan. Spirit gave us Western medicine for a reason. I believe in the collaboration of holistic, Western, and energetic energy. Always. Not one, not the other. The collaboration. So I'm going to leave that with Aquarius.
All right. Pisces. We're switching it up. It's not an owl, Pisces. I can tell you. You have Dolphin. Yay! Which is all about play. Now, for this month, this is also about water energy. Okay, so, and that's been coming up more frequently because as we're going into spring, we need to wash away what no longer serves us. We need to go with the flow. We need to tap into the energizing vibration of water. So I'm going to invite you to work with the element water. But Dolphin comes in and says, hey, I want you to do it having fun. I want you to remember what joy is. Things have gotten a little bit serious over the last few months. So let go of that. Let go of those expectations and lean into what is it I want to do that's fun. You know, I always say to people, like when I think back when I was a kid, what did I love? I loved coloring with crayons. Well, get a coloring book from the dollar store and color with crayons. Get Play-Doh and play with it. Go back to some of the basics when you were little, because that little tiny joy that you had when you were a tiny human, you can bring forward into your adult and you can just sit with it. My niece does a lot of chakra work with Play-Doh. And how much fun is that? Because it releases everyone's concerns that they have about being so serious and doing all this energetic work when you got a big hunk of Play-Doh in your hand and you start moving with the colors. So do that. Dive into something that brings you joy or something you've always wanted to try and see what that is. You know, is it roller skating? Do that, please, safely with knee pads. And, you know, it's one of those things that you're going to find that that's going to just release a lot of the heavy burden that you've got, and it's going to bring balance. So for you, Pisces, March is all about finding that balance, that work-life balance, that family-you balance, whatever that is, while you're going with the flow and releasing what no longer serves you and having a good time doing it. That's it.
Yay! Yay! And I love roller skating. I got my own roller skates and everything. So I love me. I haven't been in a long time though. But I should go roller skate.
Yeah.
I'm not Pisces, but I should go roller skate. Nan, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tara. That was fun. And hopefully our listeners for March have enjoyed it and got something out of today's readings.
And if you want more of Nan and I, go follow our podcast, Spirit, Angels, and Guides. Oh my. That's it. We'll see you in April, friends. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this month's Essential Spirit Scopes.
We hope these insights guide you with clarity and purpose for the month.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay connected.
And share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, trust your intuition.
And the wisdom Spirit brings your way. See you next month on Spirit Scopes.